Welcome back, everyone. Cromulent Archer here. Time for some more. What is this? Bone Totem. Stasis 2, Bone Totem. That's right. And we got a document to read, so let's just get into the reading. This is Igorovich. I am troubled. The comrade captain ordered me to do a terrible thing, an act that will leave an indelible black mark upon my heart, yet is maybe the only way to stop this crew from tearing each other apart. Are 27 lives worth the price of my soul? These musings are moot. I dare not refuse. And Gronk waits outside, listening to my pipes. I know that a man is eccentric and dangerous, but what a time to inspect my plumbing. Regardless, the path ahead leads deeper into the dark. I will always keep you in my heart a beacon. I have begun my work. I hate to describe it as such, but I know not what else to call it. My burden, my shame. At least I helped Komarov get the last laugh. He'd always ask me to make gobsty. I'm sure he will enjoy forcing the men to eat boiled cabbage one last time. I thought it would be just Komarov. Komarov. I don't know why I can't pronounce that today. I thought we were giving him his dignity, creating life and death, but only led to more death, to a hunger for it. When the captain brought Kisa to me, he broke the seal. Goncharov as a symbol to pack. They've been taking other crew members, delivering them to me fresh. They guard me at all times. I am not free in my actions. The other survivors have been rounded up, tied in the next room. We have no refrigeration now. Every day I am sent in to peel another portion from one of them. Each time they beg me to end it. Between their sobbed screams, knife in my hand would be a final hope if I dared. I do not. I am weak. Forgive me, Lena. Being freed from the Lima has been good for the men's psyches. They are mostly their old selves. Even the few prisoners left alive seem content to forget everything that happened mere hours ago. I don't know if I can do that. It weighs on me. I cannot sleep. The campsite is calm. Sergei freed himself from the captain's grip and remains with us now. There is no need for further violence. With all the dead left from the last hellish days, water is plentiful, but I cannot sleep. I have cured most of the meat. It will last for weeks now, and this is as much as I can stand. Before, hunger would let me ignore my conscience, but now I can try to sate it with this ache in my stomach. I see their faces and hear their screams. How has Gronk remained apart from it all? He never comes for the meat. The shadows are watching us. Captain is right, there are demons here. Leoncha, I am saved. I followed Gronk. He found edible algae growing around the crystals deeper in the cave. He has agreed to share it with me. I begged him to tell the crew, but he stared at me like I was a fool. To feed everyone, we would have to go deeper into the shadows. We both know that this is not an option. There's something there, something more dangerous than our disturbed comrades. I think this will be my last letter to you. My wound festers, and Dmitri is not the most exemplary nurse, despite his protestations to the contrary. We buried those we could find, a sailor's grave for all. At least in the end, the ocean will be a place of rest for them rather than horror. I know you will never see these notes. All the same, I love you. Stas. Alright, so we just have the distribution box. We gotta figure out a way to recharge this battery. I have the, what about this lady? Can she... The scrubbers had electricity on them before. I wonder if you could combine the scrubber and the battery? No. Okay, it was a thought. Grenade, dagger, saw. Can't stab it. Can't blow it up. I think I have to do whatever I have to do over there, because the only interaction over here seems to be just to pull this thing. Actually, have I looked at all this stuff? Take a look. Maybe I haven't looked at everything. I'm not sure I read this lady's personal log. Well, I'll come back to that in a second. Crumpled body, I definitely didn't look at this. Can we stab it? No? It's an interaction spot. Can I saw it? No. Think of anything else we would do with it. Some crazy stuff. I think I did this one already. Yeah, that's just some documents. Alright, let me look at this lady's PDA. What I know about Mr. Callan is what I read in the briefing. He took on several decades worth of debt with Kane to build his own rover and devoted the signal 5 years to the next 5 years to scouring the WoW sea for a signal. Unsurprisingly, his wife left him during that time. The search led him here. Skullwalker is different from how Dad made him sound. He seems kind, soft even, not a trait I expected in a man who willingly chose to spend 70 years in stasis. He took a great interest in my work on Sumerian cuneiform, and seems genuinely disappointed when I told him how little it has yielded. I assume Father told him about my transplant. He probably thought I would have achieved more. At least he was sweet and encouraging. That was a nice change. A grand staircase descends to a gong at the edge of the seemingly endless chasm. Along the steps lie before the withered corpses of those who have gone before, their skin flayed and covered in ancient glyphs. Could this be the lost language of Proto-Mayan? If so, it suggests that some survivors managed to thrive even after the temple sank. The gong could be part of a rudimentary machine, though a vital lever is missing. The machine was used ceremonially, and its power source may have been steam, fire, or perhaps a combination. If I could find answers to these questions, it might bring Father's satisfaction he seeks. I've been sleepwalking more often. This time I awoke at the airlock. I had to have used at least 2 secure doors to get there. I must hurry, my implants won't last long down here. If they deteriorate further, it won't be long before Alta returns. Professor, I appreciate your openness, but you are mistaken. The body transplant was my father's idea. He deemed my accomplishments insufficient for a chamber, so he forced another lifetime upon me to make up the difference. Should I fail to produce results here, he will compel me to undergo the procedure again, regardless of my wishes. So thank you for your compassion, but it would be best if we proceeded on a more professional basis. It's been slow going, but I am now confident that the repeated logograms indicate some biannual abyssal equinox. Perhaps the Newman may have some insight. Sacrifices were performed on key dates and culminated at these crucial times of the year when the gong would be rung. The imagery suggests the gong would summon something from below. Professor Skullwalker thinks that it was their supreme deity, but I believe it is connected to the machinery photographed in Sector 5. He doesn't understand. He tries, but needs to realize who Alta is, what she's trying to do. She speaks to me more often now, so my implants are all but useless. When I woke up yesterday, she held a scalpel to my neck. She wants her body back. I can't stay here any longer. My head feels like it's splitting in half. She won't stop until I'm dead. Please, Aaron, we both have to leave. I know I know about your condition. You're suffering too. How long has it been since you last slept? I'm begging you, let's leave this terrible place. Callan went to the drill site. He's going to try and dig a way out himself. I wanted to stop him. It's too dangerous with that creature of his roaming outside the base. He gave me that goofy grin and told me that it would never hurt him. I'm sure that grin will still be on his face when his pet starts chomping. I cannot go back to the lab. Aaron is scaring me. It's painful to watch a good man lose his mind. He's afraid of the temple, so I'm safe here, at least for now. You will never be safe. You will never be free. I can't stay here much longer. Aaron is calling out for me. One moment he's raging, next desperate, terrified. He's getting closer. He knows I'm here. Sweet Pandoria, I hated you before I understood what men like your father had done to you. Beat you, leashed you, left you with nothing of your own. The professor is no exception. Your affection for him is just further evidence of your profound trauma. What a sad life you've lived. How long you've wanted it to end, but lacked the strength to do it. I offer you that strength now. Do it before he does. Your faithful friend. Alright. I still feel like there's something with his body, but apparently I am wrong. Can I do something with this oscillator, maybe? Oh, okay, that works.
Got it open. I can reach the wheel now.
Was not expecting
Slow,
that.
Mac.
Depends on what's behind it.
Just trying random things on other random things. Did not expect that to work. Troglodyte. Man thing lies broken, dark fluids running from the shattered cowl. Pallid rubber skin and inhuman digits twitch with evaporating ghost life. Hello,
The grinding wheel dislodged. Gotta disconnect the main wheel from the milling stone. Somehow. Wood piece got jammed in the rivets.
Can you get it out?
No. Tension from the wheels got it wedged. Only way, maybe, would be to cut it.
How about a big saw? Would that help? No. Stab it. Blow it up.
Another body. And
What?
I don't think it's human.
It is one of the native inhabitants of this place. And you are right. They are not human. Not anymore.
Ferran. Still with us, are you?
To the end, I think.
Well, to your end anyways. Alright, that did not... Thought maybe that turned out something new there for a second. It did not. Alright, I forgot about this thing.
The way they've got this thing rigged up, it should charge pretty much any battery I put in it. Low tech meets high tech.
Kinda forgot about this machine. But, you know, whatever works. There we go. Alright. Alright, Mr. Bear. Let's get a rollin'. Give me a battery. Stick that there.
It rumbles.
The bear got the hydraulics going.
Good job, Mose. Search the sub. You have to find those suits.
My Charlie.
I really can't. I thought that was going to be a puzzle. Apparently it's not a puzzle. Okay. Keep moving forward.
I do not like this.
What was this? A prison?
Oh, no. It was a pantry.
Kane.
Gross. Library, altar.
Books, Charlie.
All rotting where they lay.
Captain must have been a religious guy.
One of the old religions. Russian Orthodox would make sense.
Before Cain killed God. Relics. Memories of the lost that no one even remembers. All those who pass suffer this fate. To be forgotten.
Not everyone. I will never forget hope.
You are an empathic spirit, my friend. I admire you.
Ferran. Stay awake, Ferran.
I am trying, Moses. With all my strength.
Oh, hello.
Shiny. A puzzle.
An impossible one, I'm afraid. The numbers on the dials have worn off. Or were never there.
Nothing is impossible.
Alright, so that swaps that. And then you can turn it. I guess that the little shine is probably not the code, but we'll look at that. All right, give me this. Can we stab it? No. Can we blow it up? It looks like there's something there, though. We'll come back to that. Altar.
So young. So proud.
Saw without blade. Well, just you wait. Oh, baked beans. I'm sure those are so good. 16. Is that the only thing I can weigh? Seems like that's probably important. Since it's the only thing I can put on the scale. Alright, we got more stuff to read. This one's pretty short. It's not too bad. The Lima is no longer operational. We are stranded. Andre is gone, drowned. He went against both my advice and direct orders. I had no choice but to seal all the engineering when the flooding started. He should have followed orders. He should have listened. A tribulation. That is what this is. A test from God to gauge we are worthy of rejoining him. The devil's outside. Try our minds, while inside we tear at our own hearts. But they must understand this is his way. The faithful... Alright, it's just God stuff. Many will be purified, made spotless and refined, but the wicked will continue to be wicked. You intended to harm me, Kisa. But God intends all things for good and completion of our task and salvation of our souls. None of the wicked will understand, but those who are wise will understand. There's more importance to the Lord that a man acknowledge and confess his sickness and cry out for help in his heart than his tongue, for his tongue is capable of deception. This is all just going to be random God ramblings. I failed them. They are lost to sin. Gorchov roams my ship with his pack, his rage unchecked. Igorovich indulges them in its gluttony, disrespecting his sacred duty. Gronk has disappeared entirely, surrendered to sloth, and Sergei succumbs to fits of dread despite my ministrations, my attempts to mold him into a man like Andre. Andre, and I failed you most of all with your strength. We could have saved them. The evil shall not stand in thy sight. Devils call to me. They know the time has come. They're crescendo to my souls. So I say, my strength has perished. So I hope from my Lord we cannot be saved. Yeah, it's just... I thought I heard the voice of God, but I was wrong. I had heard the voices of Satan, but I was wrong again. The mundane notions of man kept fooling me into thinking that there was a purpose in our being stranded here. I have led these men into sin, and they went willingly. Even young Sergei, so fearful, so pure, he partook of our craven feasts with equal zeal. They are awash in sin, and I with them. Why does it say he prayed with himself? Why not aloud? Because God listens more carefully to those with his heart than his lips. Alright, it's just whatever. I hear devils shrieking. They are a product of my broken mind, but the shrieks seem so real. I am insistent. The putrid rot of sin exacts its toll. I'm certain that the other men are suffering too. I could save Xerxa from his pain, his timorousness, but I cannot grant relief to the others. They would prevent me. There's another way. The torpedoes remain untouched, still bristling with power. Their army key is hidden in my safe. So will God choose between two men for his house, and will choose not to the other one who appears outwardly? Okay. Alright, so we got the library thing. Was there somewhere else I could go up here? Or was this the only place I could go? Nope, there's somewhere else. Alright, let's go look. Is this another document to read? I'm not reading this one right now. Okay, it's 2 entries. I'll read it right now. While I'm cut off and likely to soon perish, I do not do so with a light heart, knowing that Nikolai will protect the men, including my brother Kisa, to his last breath. If they must face death, he will guide them to the noble end. Kisa, I pray that you remember my advice to you and do not let your emotions control you. You're a good man. Please help Nikolai. Gronk is a genius at his core and a decent person, but he will be able to save Nikolai alone. Please, brother, do this for me. Dmitri, do not do, no going back, save their souls. Is that what this says? I lost 2 people today. Kisa is dead by the hand of my man I trusted most. I know his murderer is not my fault, but I cannot help feeling it is my responsibility. At this burden weighs too heavily. I've lost my dear brother. Only wanted to protect those in need. No other reason left for me to fight. I'd apologize for leaving you alone with this mess, Dimitri, but you just tell me to stop pissing around and get on with it. So I shall. Alright, I just need to know if this is a D. If this is a D, then that's all I need to know. Let's see. D is dash dot dot. So okay, so that's Dimitri. Do not do no going back. It's just that's all that is. All right, take a look. It's in a book.
This is a door, but how can it open?
A radiation door, my friend. It would only open in cases of exposure. The escape suits would lie beyond it. You must open it.
Radiation.
Oh. In the possibility of a hull breach, the watertight seal will be deployed unless radioactive materials are detected in the torpedo room. Okay. A torpedo?
Another bomb.
This one's a little more powerful, Bear.
Is that a nuke?
Yes, a smaller warhead. Designed for minimal fallout, maximum destruction. And likely radioactive after all this time. A relic of another era.
So that's obviously a code that we'll need at some point in the future, but not right now. Let me go to her real quick. There's at least one more thing we can do here. Give me this. Give me this. Put that there and put that there. Saw with blade. And this fella, who's gonna have a long walk back, has a need for a saw with a blade. Alright, made it all the way back over here.
Got it. Water wheels free.
Way to go. Now get out of there.
Fast as I can.
Alright. So I think I go back here now. Get back in here and see where we are in terms of stuff. Cable brake failure. So that's where we still have the cable brake issue. Okay. Kind of forgot about this. Can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with the beans. Can't do anything with this. Can't just smash this. All right, so we're not good to go yet. We're still stuck in a situation. Okay, I think this is probably a good place to stop for today, and we'll pick up the next time. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you had a good time. I'll see you later.